How well-versed are you in African history? Have you heard of the renowned Senegalese scholar, Cheikh Anta Diop? This is a name that resonates profoundly in the annals of African history and culture. Born in the small town of Diourbel, Senegal, Diop was no ordinary scholar. His intellectual prowess saw him wear multiple hats as a historian, anthropologist, physicist, and politician. His thirst for knowledge and a keen interest in his African roots propelled him to France, where he pursued higher education and earned degrees in physics, chemistry, and philosophy. But his most significant contributions lay in his groundbreaking research that challenged the Eurocentric interpretations of African history. An advocate for Pan-Africanism, Diop's work went beyond academia, influencing political landscapes and sparking a renewed sense of African identity. His legacy continues to shape discussions on African history and cultural heritage. Join us as we delve into the life and work of this incredible African scholar. Cheikh Anta Diop was born on December 29, 1923, in Diourbel, Senegal, then part of French West Africa. His birthplace, Diourbel, is known for its rich cultural heritage and vibrant traditions, where young Diop was nurtured amidst stories of Africa's past glory and grandeur. From an early age, Diop's intellectual curiosity was evident, and his thirst for knowledge was insatiable. As the son of an Islamic cleric, Diop was introduced to a world of literature, philosophy, and theology from a very young age. His early education, steeped in traditional Islamic studies, laid the groundwork for his later academic pursuits. His father's influence played a significant role in shaping his intellectual growth, instilling in him a profound respect for knowledge and a deep-seated commitment to truth. With the goal of furthering his education, Diop left the comfort of his home and embarked on a journey to France. He arrived in Paris, the city of light, in the late 40s, carrying with him the dreams and aspirations of a young African scholar. Paris, with its renowned universities and intellectual fervor, was a cradle of knowledge that Diop was eager to explore. During his time in France, Diop delved into a broad range of disciplines reflecting his diverse intellectual interests. He pursued degrees in physics, chemistry, and philosophy, a testament to his academic prowess and intellectual versatility. His academic excellence was evident in his studies, as he excelled in every field he ventured into. But it was not just academic brilliance that set Diop apart. His relentless pursuit of truth, his unwavering commitment to intellectual rigor, and his profound respect for knowledge were equally, if not more, defining traits. These traits would later become the cornerstone of his groundbreaking research and scholarly contributions. As he navigated the world of academia in France, Diop was laying the groundwork for what would become a lifelong journey of discovery and enlightenment. His academic journey in France laid the foundation for his groundbreaking research. His quest for knowledge, coupled with his commitment to truth, would guide him as he embarked on a mission to rewrite African history and challenge prevailing narratives. Diop's early research focused on physics and nuclear chemistry, but his true passion lay in African history and culture. This passion led him on a journey that would shatter established Eurocentric narratives about the African continent. Cheikh Anta Diop was not only a man of science but also a man of history. He turned his scholarly gaze to the ancient past, focusing on the civilizations that had risen and fallen on the African continent. His research was revolutionary, challenging established narratives that had until then marginalized Africa's contributions to global history and civilization. Diop's gaze turned most notably towards ancient Egypt, or as it was known in its own time, Kemet. For centuries, Eurocentric narratives had painted Egypt as an isolated exception to the African continent's history, often attributing its achievements to external influences. But Diop saw things differently. He argued that Egypt was not an exception but a shining example of African civilization and culture. This perspective formed the basis of Diop's most famous work, The African Origin of Civilization, Myth or Reality. Published in 1955, this monumental work argued for the African origins of ancient Egypt and the cultural achievements of African civilizations. Diop meticulously dissected historical, archaeological, and linguistic evidence to build a compelling case for Africa's central role in the birth of civilization. However, Diop's work was not without its critics. His theories were met with resistance in academic circles, often dismissed as Afrocentric revisionism. But Diop remained undeterred. He believed in the importance of reclaiming African history from the grips of colonial narratives and Eurocentric perspectives. Through his work, Diop began to challenge the established narrative, offering a new perspective that placed Africa at the heart of human history. His research illuminated the achievements of African civilizations, bringing them out of the shadows and into the light of global historical discourse. Diop's work began to shift the narrative about African civilizations and their contributions to the world. His legacy is a testament to the power of truth and the importance of challenging established narratives to reveal a fuller, richer understanding of our shared human history. Beyond his research, Diop was a staunch advocate for Pan-Africanism. A fervent believer in the unity and solidarity of the African continent, Diop's voice rang out loud in the halls of Pan-African conferences. His ideology was not confined to the academic realm, but was a call to action, a rallying cry for the resurgence of African identity. Diop's advocacy journey began in the vibrant city of Paris, where he immersed himself in the Pan-African movement. He rubbed shoulders with influential African leaders and intellectuals, exchanging ideas and formulating strategies to inspire change. His passion for Africa's liberation from colonial rule was infectious, his words resonating with the hearts of many who shared his vision. In the mid-20th century, Africa was a continent in flux, battling the shackles of colonialism and yearning for freedom. Diop recognized this pivotal moment in history and seized it. He advocated tirelessly for the decolonization of Africa, emphasizing the need for African nations to reclaim their sovereignty and assert their place on the world stage. But Diop's advocacy didn't stop at political liberation. He was a firm believer in the power of cultural heritage and its role in shaping identity. He championed the recognition of African heritage, urging his fellow Africans to take pride in their rich history and cultural achievements. He saw the African past not as a tale of subjugation, but as a testament to resilience, innovation, and grandeur. Diop's commitment to Pan-Africanism was not a mere intellectual exercise. It was a deeply personal mission, fueled by his love for Africa and his desire to see it thrive. He envisioned a united Africa, free from the vestiges of colonial rule, standing tall in its cultural and historical richness. In the end, Diop's advocacy for Pan-Africanism was not just about political liberation or cultural recognition, it was a quest for dignity, for self-awareness, for empowerment. It was a call to Africans, both on the continent and in the diaspora, to embrace their heritage, to take control of their narrative, and to shape their future. Diop's activism played a crucial role in the struggle for African decolonization and identity recognition. His legacy continues to echo through the corridors of African scholarship and activism, inspiring a new generation to carry the torch of Pan-Africanism. Diop's academic career spanned several universities and his work gained international recognition. His intellectual journey took him to the hallowed halls of the University of Dakar in Senegal and the University of Paris in France, where he nurtured minds and challenged convention. But his contributions weren't confined to teaching alone. He founded and directed the radiocarbon laboratory at the University of Dakar, where he used the tools of science to delve into the mysteries of history. This was where he conducted rigorous scientific research to support his theories on African history and civilization. His work was a shining beacon in the field, illuminating the path for future scholars and earning him a revered place in the pantheon of African studies and Afrocentric scholarship. But the influence of Diop extended far beyond the academic realm. His research and writings have had a profound impact on African historiography and identity. He was like a master weaver, threading together the disparate strands of African history into a tapestry of truth that challenged racist ideologies. His work promoted a positive narrative of African contributions to world civilization, a narrative that was previously obscured by the fog of colonialism and Eurocentric bias. This narrative has resonated across generations, inspiring scholars, activists, and intellectuals across Africa and the diaspora. It has shaped discussions on African history, identity, and cultural heritage, providing a counterpoint to the dominant narratives and sparking a renaissance of African self-awareness. Diop's legacy is more than just his contributions to academia. It's about the spirit of intellectual rigor, the unyielding commitment to truth, and the courage to challenge entrenched narratives. His life and work exemplify the importance of reclaiming African history and challenging colonial narratives, and his dedication to African unity and dignity continue to inspire the quest for African self-awareness and empowerment. Cheikh Anta Diop's scholarship continues to inspire many, shaping discussions on African history, identity, and cultural heritage. His legacy lives on, a testament to the enduring power of truth and the indomitable spirit of African resilience. Cheikh Anta Diop's life and scholarship serve as a powerful testament to the importance of reclaiming African history. Born in the heart of Senegal, Diop rose to challenge the world's understanding of African heritage. His academic prowess took him from physics and chemistry to the profound depths of African history and culture. His groundbreaking work, notably The African Origin of Civilization, Myth or Reality, shattered Eurocentric narratives, asserting the African roots of ancient Egypt and the cultural achievements of African civilizations. Diop wasn't just an academic but a fervent advocate for Pan-Africanism. His tireless efforts towards African unity and the recognition of African identity resonate with his dedication to intellectual rigor and commitment to truth. His legacy continues to influence scholars, activists and intellectuals across Africa and the diaspora. Through his work, Cheikh Anta Diop has left an indelible mark in the quest for African self-awareness, dignity and empowerment.